name is Kelsey McElroy, and this is Penny. This is our clicker training project. She is a Boston Terrier. She's about 6 years old, and she's a female spayed. So before I get started, before I started the training, she actually already knew how to sit and to give her paw. So, alright. So I've got my clicker, which is secondary reinforcement. And then I have my bag of treats. It's actually a natural balance lamb. So, and she actually really loves this. During the first week we did conditioning, which is I pretty much condition her to like understand that a treat, Penny, that a treat means like the click means it's a good thing, positive behavior. So then I would, Penny, good girl. So I would click and then treat when she did anything positive. Or actually, first week I just trained her into liking the treat. Throughout the whole training session, I used many different primary reinforcements. I noticed that she would, like, with some of she would eat anything I would give her, pretty much. But some treats, like some things she would do the treats for, and then after like maybe a minute or two, she would just like walk away. She had no interest, like it wasn't exciting for her. But an example of some of the treats that I used were that she really didn't like at all. With natural peanut butter flavored treats, and then it's like a beef jerky. And then I also use this food, but she hated it. But I really found that she really enjoyed this natural balance. It's actually like a shape of like a sausage. And my mentor actually suggested this to me. She said it's kind of like puppy crack, but she told me to freeze dry it, put it in the freezer so that it doesn't crumble, and I can make them into really small pieces. And she loves it. She'll do anything for it. Good girl, Penny. Good girl. And then after I conditioned her to the clicker, we started to work on free shaping. This is pretty much to shaping any good behaviors that you see. For example, I would sit on the couch and just read something or be watching TV, and anytime she would like do anything positive, I would click and treat her for it. But after like the second or third day, I noticed that she would sit by me, I'd click and treat, and then she would move over, just walk over, then I would do it again, and she would do that the entire time. So then finally, after like the third or fourth time of her doing that, I started with the partial reinforcement, which is allowing her to do something for me 2 or 3 times, and then I would give the treat. But so we did that for a week, and then we added a cue to like a behavior. I actually had to sit down and because I wanted her to learn how to lay down, but when I was doing the free shaping, she wasn't doing it at all. For me to get her to understand that laying down is a good thing. So I wasn't having any luck with her doing that, and the fact that she already knew the cue for sit, she would do it automatically. So I asked my mentor, how I would go about doing this, and she told me how to do it. So I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to give the cue. Penny, come here. Come here. Sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Good girl, Penny. So there you go. She actually had a very hard time learning how to lay down. At first, she wouldn't even do it on this tile floor. I finally got her to do it on like a carpet or on a blanket or something that was like soft and warm. So after me doing that a few times for a few days, I gradually moved to the tile. And at first she didn't do it, but she knew what I was wanting her to do, so she slowly did it. So then I gave her like a handful of treats to reward her for the good behavior that I wanted her to do. Down. Down. Good girl. And you never give the treat or click if it's halfway. You want her to go all the way down. So, good girl, Penny. See, she does it automatically, and actually, whenever I'm sitting down, she'll just automatically lay down. And then, throughout the entire training, I did partial reinforcement. For example, it would be Penny, down. Penny, sit. Penny, sit. Down. Good girl. So I did that with the entire training. Then we worked on targeting. The only thing I found in my house was a drumstick. My roommate, a musician, and he plays drums. So I found this to be, it would work. So, as you can see, she's jumping up for it. At first, she was very scared. She thought I was going to hit her or something, with the stick. And I actually had to put like a piece of cheese, lap it over and just have her snip it, and she kind of was hesitant. And then after the third or fourth day, she knew that this was a positive thing. Good girl, Penny. Good girl. So pretty much I can, I'm going to show you what she does. She'll do anything. Penny, good girl. Good girl. Penny, over here. Good girl. And after a while of me doing the target, I gave the cue of touch. Penny, touch. Good girl. Penny, touch. Penny, touch. Good girl. Okay, so then after that, Penny, you're a good girl. Then we did, the next thing I learned was extinction. This is when you never reinforce bad behavior. Living here, I live with 2 other roommates, and I wanted her, every time someone comes in, she always jumps on, people. She jumps all the time. Okay, so I wanted to try to teach her not to jump anymore, but that actually did not happen at all, because the owner of Penny, every time he comes in, he would, it would be such an exciting thing, Penny, 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 and then, get her all excited, and then she would end up, Penny, what? Well, she's not doing it now, but it was, I would tell him not to do it, but he didn't listen. So, then, this was unsuccessful. The next thing we learned was DRA, which stands for differential reinforcement. This means to add a positive trick in place of a negative one. Like I said, I had no luck with this because I would have said 4 on the floor or penny down, something along those lines, and it wasn't happening living. If I lived by myself, it would have worked. Then, generalization, when your dog understands a behavior in place of like in any place that you go. So, like I would go outside, we'd go for a walk. I'd tell her to sit, I'd tell her down, she would do it. I'd go in the bedroom and do the same thing. And then another example was when I used the cue, I was trying to teach her how to lay down. Like she would only do it on the carpet, and then I got her to eventually do it on a tile. So she understands what down means, right, Penny? Penny. Down? Penny, down. Good girl. And for my chain behavior, we're still kind of working on this. I wanted to teach her how to close the door, like sit down and then like tell her to shut the door. I actually had to, where is it at? I actually had to change my targeting stick into a piece of paper. So what I did was I started over with targeting and had her touch the piece of paper instead of Penny touch. Good girl. So I had her do the same thing I was doing with the targeting stick, Penny. Good girl. So then, Penny touch. Good girl. So then, after doing that a few days, Penny, sit. Then I started gradually going towards, for example, we're going to use the cabinet door. Penny, sit, touch. Good girl. So then, Penny, good girl. Good girl, Penny. So then I gradually opened this, and maybe this wouldn't be better. I kind of opened it a little bit, and then Penny, sit, sit, Penny, sit, good girl, touch, good girl. And the reason why this hasn't really worked yet, she's done it a few times, yes, she has, but she's kind of afraid of the sound. So, Penny, touch. Penny, touch. Good girl. And then gradually, she would touch the door and close it. Penny, touch. Penny, touch. Penny, touch. Penny, touch. Touch. Good girl. Penny, touch. Good girl. Let me try it one more time, see if she'll do it. Penny, touch. Come on. Touch. Let's walk. So we kind of have to, she's kind of getting frustrated. Penny, touch. Penny, Penny, try it one more time. Penny, touch. Penny, touch. Come on. Penny, touch. See, she's starting to, she closed it a little. Touch. Okay, well the roommate came home. Thank you for watching. But that's my project, and she's still in the process of learning the chain behavior. All right.